Welcome back to another Alliance War. For Loki, we're currently rank 3 as we enter the 5th war of Season 6, and we're going up against MNG, Marvel's Notorious Gamers. This is an alliance that has placed in the top 3 multiple times, I believe, so we know that they're a very strong alliance, and we know that if we want to maintain our top 3 ranking, then we know we're going to have to earn it from beating an alliance that is capable and has proven themselves to be a top 3 alliance. So I'm going to go ahead and boost up pretty big here. I kind of skimp out a little bit on the health boost since I was going for a 30% champion boost already anyway. Figured 20% health was good enough and 20% attack as well. So we've got those boosts on. I'm also going to pop on a tech boost here, or both of the tech boosts, just because I will be going up against an Infinity Man on node 12, and my strategy is going to be building up some poise charges as one does when using Stark Spidey, and then unleashing a special 2 somewhere around the halfway point of Infinity Man's health, and then hopefully get enough power back to immediately launch another special 2, and then hopefully the shock damage will do the rest once he's in that, under that 15% threshold. And if not, then I'll have to resort to doing heavy attacks to finish things out. So I also do pop an advanced power boost as well, just so I can make sure that I have enough power by the time he gets to around that 50% threshold where, I do want to be popping that special 2. So the only kind of tricky part about this fight then becomes, how many poise charges do I want to build up before really unleashing everything? Because, this guy, when he gets enough poise charges, it gets pretty scary. If I slip up when he has when he has a few fury charges, did I say poise charges? When he has a few fury charges, he gets pretty scary. The amount of chip damage you take, even when blocking, even if he doesn't attack you or doesn't land an attack, it's pretty serious. So I build up 7 poise charges, unleash a special 2, get some pretty good damage going. I've got 3 shocks. I have enough power to immediately drop another L2, so we go ahead and do that. And the auto block does start to kick in, but I got the shocks going on him, and that does finish the job against that Infinity Man. Alright, I'm not even sure if that's the best strategy for taking that fight. I'd like to get some practice with using a different champion during the off-season. If anybody wants to help me out here, if you go up against 4 Loki, place an Infinity Man on node 12 and BG1, please. But alright, anyway, we're on to the next fight here, which is a Quake on the Bane Stun Immune node. And I still had that Power Start 1 boost active, so we started out launching a special 1 to get Bane onto her. We get a great Bane transfer there. I was very happy with how that timed out. And now I'm holding my special to use the special right before the aftershocks tick. That way I can, avoid getting stunned. I think I got it off in time. It was kind of hard to tell. It kind of happened at the exact same time. But I think I was able to safely use that special. I mean, obviously I didn't get stunned, but it's only a 10% chance per aftershock, so I only had a 20% chance there to get stunned regardless. All right, the next fight here, we have a 5-star skill champion on Buffet, Limber, and Recovery, and I still had that Power Start 1 boost active, which is going to help to speed this fight up as well. Definitely do have to build up to 10 poise charges here, though, or else I'm not going to do any damage. Kingpin's just going to heal it all right back up with the Buffet node. So build up to 10. Now I just need a heavy attack to find my opening. There we go. It gives it to us. And we can start dealing some good damage to this guy. I want to make sure to pop my special when he's relatively low on power. And right now he's looking relatively low on power. So we're just going to go ahead, hit 3 times, and drop the L2. And Kingpin, he is down. After doing that 3-hit combo to special 2, I realized I should have just done a 5-hit combo to special 2 because that would have made things even easier. Alright, the Buffet mini-boss is an Omega Red. First time seeing Omega Red as the Buffet mini-boss, or first time seeing Omega Red, period, in Alliance War, I believe. I don't think there's anything that makes Omega Red particularly difficult on this node, other than, this node does have a lot of HP to it, so it's going to be a little bit of a long fight, and if you get backed up against the wall, you can find yourself in trouble if he starts popping L2s and he has that Death Field aura up and everything. So I was tempted to hold out for my special 3 just in case that happens, if I need to give myself some distance off the wall. But, I was thinking about it more, and I was thinking, you know what, maybe I'll only go to that strategy if I find myself to you know, to start getting in trouble. I get that first Petrify, so I'm thinking, okay, that's actually going to speed up the fight a little bit, getting Petrify first. And I got 2 Petrifies right away, so now I'm thinking, okay, now that I have the 2 Petrifies, this is going to be a little bit of a faster fight compared to, you know, what it could have been had I got the debuffs in a different order. So definitely just going with the spamming specials here instead of holding for a special 3. He is a little bit tricky sometimes to bait out that special, so I am a little bit backed up against the wall, but I'm not overly concerned just yet. You know, he has plenty of debuffs going. You know, it's going to start to really hurt once I gain dexterity each time now. Yeah, I haven't exactly pushed him to an L2 yet, but yeah, you can see right here I'm already backed up against the wall, and if he starts getting those spores on me with an L2, it could actually get pretty nasty. We get lucky once again and get a first debuff Petrify, so I was really lucking out here in terms of debuff order. I don't think it would have mattered a ton had the debuffs come in a different order, but it's just nice whenever it works out like that, you know. And this Omega Red does go down within a minute and a half of the fight starting, so not too shabby at all. Alright, next fight up, we have a MODOK. You can tell that persistent charge, this is going to be a MODOK, plus MODOK's just pretty commonly seen here because of the explosive personality node. And if you notice, I actually have a number 3 next to my name for the masteries. I had kept Resonate, the Resonate Mastery off once we had those free resets for the change to the Parry Mastery. I actually kept Resonate off, so I just put it back on right now. I was trying to keep it off as long as possible just so that it would help to increase or just speed up my arena playing. Especially while we had that, you know, the 20% anniversary boost active. I was really trying to get in more arena than usual to take advantage of that boost. So I didn't want to have Resonate on for that. But looking at this fight, I thought, alright, you know what? This fight's going to be a long one. I could use any extra additional damage that I can get. And if I could trigger Resonate a few times throughout the fight, that will help things. Because the only way that I fight this node is just to purely use heavy attacks. I got questioned about this fight in the comments. Actually, I mean, I get questioned about every single fight that I do in the comments, of course. Apparently, everybody in the comments is the #1 player in the world. Always talking, oh, you don't know how to do this fight and this and that, right? But anyway, to further explain it to that person who doesn't understand why I'm only doing heavy attacks this fight, is because if you attack into him, he's going to auto-block. And when he auto-blocks, he gains an explosive personality armor up, and if he gains a few of those, I think it's 5 that he has to gain, then you take a burst of damage. So this is the safest strategy that I've personally found to fight this node. I don't know, maybe there's better strategies out there, but I can't think of one, not with the champions that I've brought at least. So yeah, that's how I'm going about this fight. One last thing I wanted to comment about putting those points into Resonate that I did not realize. So in the last war video, I said that you know, because Void's signature ability is getting higher level, the debuffs are rolling out faster when Fear of the Void activates, and because of that, you know, sometimes I was pushing into a double Fear of the Void, which I was trying to avoid, because you know, once you lose all your debuffs, they get rolled into that Fear of the Void. You know, it's great you still have all the effects of it, but you lose all of the damage from the individual debuffs. So I try to kill the enemies before the second Fear of the Void takes over. And I said that you know, because I was getting higher signature ability levels, you know, it's something that I kind of had to pay attention to and maybe start throwing like some special 2s instead of special 1s always. You know, to kind of time things out better. But what I'd forgotten is that I didn't have the Resonate Mastery, so I lost a lot of my damage, so the fights were taking a little bit longer, and that's why I was getting to a second Fear of the Void, more so than the higher signature ability level. I mean, both of those things were kind of working together to get that second Fear of the Void up faster, but yeah, losing Resonate also, you know, means that the fights were extending a little bit further, so kind of forgot about that. Alright, going to go ahead and pop a 15% health boost to take out the last couple of nodes here. Already popped some of the bigger boosts earlier in this war. Cannot Cannot be boosting big for every single one of these fights, and unfortunately this path is long enough that we do have to boost up twice. But go ahead and throw Spidey into this fight. I knew this was going to be an Agent Venom. It's usually either Agent Venom or Kingpin, and we already saw Kingpin, so Agent Venom it is. Plus the stats and everything. But all right, so we have Stark Spidey here. Got 9 poise charges. This fight is going to be relatively quick. I wish I still had the boost, the tech boosts from earlier. Although I guess it wouldn't matter because yeah, look how fast he's dropping. By the time I get to an L2, this fight's going to be done regardless. So I didn't really need those boosts for this fight anyway. So yeah, this fight he's almost down. Bait out the heavy one more time just to get a safe opening. Don't even want to try to parry. And this L2, yeah, more than finishes the job against Agent Venom. Alright, so we got one last fight. We have the mini-boss, the second mini-boss of the path here, which turns out to be a green goblin. A green goblin that I fought many times. And, oh, man. Creepy bunnies. I am so sorry. I am so sorry that you have an awakened 6-star green goblin here. That is just unfortunate. I am so sorry that you had to pull this guy twice. I mean, I think it's pretty cool to pull this guy once, honestly, and maybe you even like him twice. I don't know if you're even watching this video. But regardless, you know. I wouldn't want to pull him twice. I think he's cool to have once. You could throw him on defense as an unawakened defender. Pretty good and everything, but... Ooh. Alright, anyway, for this fight, just trying to push to a second bar of power here. Kind of using that strike back node to my advantage a little bit. Trying to... I really don't like baiting out his special 1 if I could avoid it. Sometimes you can't really help when he throws the special 1. But I like to push to a special 2 and then only do 4-hit combos at that point and then back out and give myself plenty of time to evade that special. And that's pretty much it. The Green Goblin fight, not too difficult as long as you're kind of taking things slow. There's no limber on this node, so you can parry all you want. Even if there was limber, I would just bait out some heavy attacks. There's not a whole lot to it, just trying to time out my specials for after Fear of the Void takes over. And that's about it. So I will say now, MNG, they did take the victory here, unfortunately, giving us our first loss of the season. It was relatively close. They got us by a couple of kills. But you know, we gave it our best. They took the victory here. If you want to see some more Alliance War content, there is someone in MNG. I think there's a couple people in MNG that actually make Alliance War videos, but in this case I'm going to give a shout out to Mirage Noir that gives some good commentary on his videos. And if you're looking to you know, learn a bit more from a high-level Alliance of how they go through Alliance Wars, then you can check out his videos. I'll leave a link in the description of this one. Alright, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.